Hey guys, welcome back to Mind Your Conversions, brought to you by Fibr. If you're new here, this is where we break down the art and science of marketing with our hosts, Liv and Max. They will help you understand marketing better, explore fresh strategies, and most importantly, drive higher conversions. So whether you're a seasoned pro, or even if you're just getting started, you're at the right place.
All right, so you know how important it is to have a good storefront. You wouldn't just throw something together, right?
Yeah.
You got to think about the layout. You got to think about, how people are going to move through the space.
Yeah.
It's the same with landing pages online. It's like prime real estate. You really got to think about how to turn those visitors into customers. And I've been looking at this guide from Fibr AI, and honestly, even I was surprised by some of the stuff in here.
Oh yeah, what really jumps out at me is how much they emphasize structure. It's not just about, throwing some text and a couple images on a page,
Right.
a well-structured landing page. It's like a roadmap.
Yeah, okay.
You're guiding your visitor exactly where you want them to go.
That makes total sense.
That's O'Neill.
It's so easy to get caught up in the design part of it,
Right.
but if it's confusing, people are just going to bounce right out of there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this guide actually says that websites with 10 to 15 landing pages can get 55% more leads.
Why?
That's almost like magic.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's all about the structure.
Yeah, a well-structured landing page, it creates that clear path for your visitor to follow.
Okay.
It removes any guesswork. It helps them understand exactly what you're offering and how to take action.
So first impressions matter. What's the first thing that people see when they land on a page?
The headline.
Okay.
That's the big, bold statement that
Yeah.
grabs their attention. Think of it like the storefront sign.
Uh,
You want it to be clear, compelling, and tell them exactly what you're all about.
and the guide actually mentions that a strong headline can lead to a 300% increase in conversions.
It's huge.
That's huge.
Available.
I'm starting to see why you were so excited about this deep dive.
Absolutely. The headline sets the stage for everything that follows. And what I find really interesting is the guide actually outlines 6 main types of headlines.
Okay.
And each of them has a slightly different approach. But what I find fascinating is how they categorize them. It's not just about what they say, but the psychology behind it.
Okay, break it down for me. What are these different types, and when would you use each one?
All right, so there's the agitator, okay? And that aims to highlight a pain point.
Okay.
And a great example of this is AirHelp. They're a flight compensation company.
Oh yeah, I've heard of them.
Yeah, and their headline is, "Flight delayed or canceled, get up to $700 in compensation."
Ooh, that'll get my attention.
Right. It speaks to a common frustration that travelers experience.
For sure, for sure. So it's like reminding people of a problem and then offering a solution.
Exactly. Then you have this statement with a promise, and that focuses on the value proposition.
Okay.
And later, which is a social media scheduling tool, they use this really well, their headline is, "Social media management made easy."
I like that it's very clear and concise.
Exactly. It tells you exactly what they offer.
So each of these headline types seems geared toward a specific goal. Is there one that's specifically focused on driving action?
Yes. There's the call to action headline, although it's not as common as some of the others. But Lyft does this well with their very simple but effective "Let's Ride" headline.
Okay.
It's action-oriented, and it instantly conveys what they do.
Yeah, I'm starting to see the power of these headlines. It's like choosing the right tool for the job.
Exactly. Then you've got the superlative headline, which makes a bold statement about your product or service.
Okay.
Puffy, the mattress company, they use this really well with America's #1 luxury mattress.
So they're using social proof right in their headline.
Exactly. It creates an air of authority and exclusivity.
What about those irresistible offers you see everywhere?
Oh yeah, that's the special offer headline.
Okay.
That's often used to create urgency and entice visitors with a limited time discount, like Puma. They do this well with Black Friday sale, extra 30% off.
You had me at extra.
Right. It taps into our desire to snag a good deal.
Okay, so we've got our attention-grabbing headline. What's next in building this landing page?
The subheadline.
Okay.
This is where you elaborate on your headline and highlight your unique selling proposition.
So it's not just a smaller headline, it's adding more depth.
Precisely. And Sprout Social provides a great example. Their headline is "A Powerful Solution for Social Media Management." And their subheadline expands on that by saying, "Manage social profiles, schedule posts, and track performance, all from one platform."
Okay, I like that it's concise, but it gives you a clear understanding of what they offer and how it can benefit you.
Exactly. It addresses potential visitor needs like managing multiple profiles, scheduling content, and tracking performance.
Okay, so pique their interest, make them want to learn more.
Exactly.
All right, we've got the headline grabbing attention, the subheadline providing more detail. What's the next piece of the puzzle?
The call to action.
Ah, yes, the CTA.
This is where we encourage visitors to take a specific action, like signing up for a newsletter or downloading a resource or making a purchase.
Right, it's the whole point of the landing page. It's like the cash register and our storefront analogy.
Exactly. And get this, the guide points out that using a single clear call to action can increase conversions by a whopping 371%.
What?
That's massive.
Wow, that stat alone makes this whole deep dive worth it.
I know, right?
But what makes a CTA really effective? How do we write one that people can't resist clicking?
It's all about using strong verbs that inspire action-evoking emotion, highlighting your unique selling proposition, and even leveraging the fear of missing out, or FOMO.
Okay.
So for example, instead of a generic learn more, you could say, get your free trial today.
Oh, okay. Much more exciting, much more urgent.
Exactly, and the guide uses Dropbox as a great example. Their try for free. CTA is simple, direct, and removes any barriers to entry.
It lets people kind of experience the product before committing smart
Very
strategy. So we've got the headline, the subheadline, the CTA all working together to guide the visitor. What's next?
This is where things get really interesting, compelling visuals.
Everyone loves a good picture,
Right.
but I'm guessing there's more to it than just throwing some random images on the page.
Absolutely. Visuals are processed 60,000 times faster than text.
Wow.
So images, videos, graphics are essential for capturing attention and communicating your message effectively.
So it's not just about making the page look pretty. It's about using visuals strategically.
Exactly. A key visual element is the hero image. This is the first image visitors see on your landing page.
Okay.
And it needs to communicate your value proposition instantly.
Huh?
The guide keeps the hair loss treatment company as a great example. Their hero image features a man looking happy and confident with the headline, "Hair loss stops with us."
It's very visually appealing.
Right.
And it gets the message across.
Exactly. So you want to use supporting visuals throughout the page to reinforce your points, showcase your product, and keep visitors engaged.
So it's about finding that balance between text and visuals to create a compelling experience.
Precisely.
Okay, so we're really building a visually engaging experience here. But how do we build trust and credibility with our visitors, especially if they're new to our brand?
That's where social proof and trust badges come in, and the guide highlights that incorporating social proof can actually boost conversions by a remarkable 34%.
34% just for adding like testimonials and reviews.
It's incredible, right? But think about it, we're more likely to trust recommendations from other people.
Sure, especially people like us.
Exactly, than marketing messages from a brand. So incorporating things like testimonials, reviews, case studies, even social media mentions can significantly boost your credibility.
Right, it's like getting a recommendation from a friend.
Exactly.
If they had a good experience, you're more likely to trust the product or service.
Yeah.
I've seen websites that have a whole section dedicated to customer testimonials.
Oh yeah, for sure. HubSpot, for example, they prominently display customer quotes on their landing pages to highlight those positive experiences.
Okay, so it's a way to build trust and show potential customers that you can deliver on those promises.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got social proof covered.
Mhm.
What about those little badges you see on websites like secure checkout or money back guarantee?
Oh, those are trust badges.
Okay.
They might seem small, but they play a big role in building trust and reducing cart abandonment.
Yeah.
They reassure visitors that your website is secure and their information is safe. Thrive Agency, for instance, showcases its industry awards as trust badges.
Interesting. Okay.
It's a subtle but effective way to add credibility to their services.
All right, so we've covered headlines, subheadlines, CTAs, visuals, social proof, trust badges. What else do you need to consider?
Addressing those common questions and concerns visitors might have.
Right.
That's where a well-crafted FAQ section shines.
It's like having a virtual customer service rep on standby to answer any questions before they even arise.
Exactly. A well-structured FAQ section makes the user journey smoother and can even simplify customer support. Etsy has a great example. They cover a wide range of topics from buying and selling to shipping, and returns it's organized, easy to navigate, and comprehensive.
So we're aiming for those clear, concise answers that preempt potential objections and make the visitor feel more confident about engaging with our product or service.
Precisely, and don't forget the footer.
The footer, I'll admit, I often overlook the footer.
Yeah.
What's so important about it?
Think of it as the information booth at the back of your shop.
Okay.
It may not be the main attraction, but it's a valuable resource for visitors who need more information. It's a space for essential details like contact information, copyright notices, social media links, and links to key pages like About Us or privacy policy.
Oh, I see. It's like those extra bits of information that help visitors navigate and understand your brand better.
Exactly. The guide uses Buffer's landing page footer as a good example. It's clean, informative, and provides all the essential details without overwhelming the visitor.
All right, I'm starting to see the footer in a whole new light.
Good.
So we've got all these elements working together to create a high-converting landing page, but what about mobile optimization?
Yes.
With everyone on their smartphones these days, we can't ignore that, right?
Absolutely. We need to remember that over 82% of landing page traffic comes from mobile phones. So mobile optimization is crucial.
Wow, that's a huge chunk of potential customers.
Yeah.
So how do we optimize our landing pages for mobile?
Well, mobile users are often on the go, so their attention spans are shorter.
Right.
They're looking for information that's easy to digest and act on. Think about it. Would you want to squint at tiny text and navigate a cluttered page on your phone?
Definitely not.
So it's all about making the experience as seamless and user-friendly as possible.
Right. It's like the difference between trying to read a textbook on your phone
Right.
versus scrolling through a well-designed app.
Exactly. And don't forget about optimizing your visuals for mobile images. Need to be the right size and format to load quickly and display correctly on smaller screens.
Got it. Optimize those images and keep things concise.
Yes. Any other essential tips for mobile optimization?
Yeah.
Adding a click-to-call button can be a game changer.
Oh, that's super convenient.
Yeah, if someone is on their phone and wants to learn more, they can connect with you instantly without having to copy and paste a number.
So we've got all these elements working together to create this high-converting landing page. But I'm also curious, what are some common mistakes people make when it comes to landing page structure? What are the things that we should definitely avoid?
That's a great question. Even with the best intentions, it's easy to make mistakes that can hinder your landing page's performance, and you really only have a few seconds to grab a visitor's attention.
A few seconds, that's not much time.
No, it's not. The Fibr AI guide highlights several common mistakes to avoid, starting with neglecting the above-the-fold content.
Above the fold, what does that even mean?
It's actually a term from the newspaper industry,
Oh,
referring to the content you see immediately without having to scroll down. And since the average human attention span is about 8.25 seconds,
Wow.
that above-the-fold content needs to be captivating.
8 seconds, that's like speed dating for websites.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you need to make sure that your above-the-fold content clearly communicates your value proposition and entices visitors to scroll down and learn more.
So no stuffing the top of the page with tons of text and images?
Exactly. Less is more in this case. Create a clear visual hierarchy that guides the visitor's eye and makes it easy for them to understand what your page is all about at a glance.
Got it. Make that above the fold content count. What's another common mistake people make with their landing pages?
Using generic landing pages.
Mhm.
It's tempting to create one landing page and try to appeal to everyone, but that rarely works.
Right. Not everyone's looking for the same thing, so a generic approach won't resonate.
Exactly. That's where audience targeting comes in. You need to understand your ideal customer, their needs, their pain points, their motivations,
Okay.
and then tailor your message and design to speak directly to them.
So personalization is key.
It is. The Fibr AI guide emphasizes using the second person point of view you to make the message feel more personal and relevant. It's like you're having a conversation with the visitor, not just lecturing them.
This is super valuable. It's making me rethink my entire approach to landing pages.
Good.
I'm curious, what other mistakes should we be aware of?
Adding too many calls to action.
Wait, isn't the call to action a good thing? Don't we want people to take action?
Of course, but bombarding visitors with too many options can lead to decision paralysis. Think about going to a restaurant with a menu that's 5 pages long.
Oh yeah,
You end up so overwhelmed that you can't decide what to order.
too many choices.
Exactly. So it's about finding that balance between offering options and making it easy for visitors to take the desired action.
So one primary CTA to rule them all.
Ideally, yes, you can include secondary CTAs, but they should be less prominent and not distract from the main action you want visitors to take.
Got it. What else should we be on the lookout for?
Another common mistake is neglecting the power of narrative. You want your landing page to tell a story that resonates with your target audience and takes them on a journey towards conversion.
So it's not just about listing features and benefits. I feel like we're talking about crafting a mini movie here.
Precisely, you want to capture the visitor's attention, build anticipation, and lead them to a satisfying resolution.
Okay, I love that analogy. It's like we're writing a screenplay for our landing page.
Exactly, and there are frameworks like the Problem Agitate Solution, PAS approach, that provide a structure for crafting a story that resonates with your audience and guides them toward that desired action.
So it's like giving them a reason to care, to feel invested in the journey. What's another mistake we should avoid?
Distracting visitors with unnecessary navigation and exit links.
Wait, shouldn't we make it easy for people to explore our website?
Of course, but remember, the goal of a landing page is to keep visitors focused on a single action.
Okay.
Too many navigation options or exit links can lead them astray, like leading someone through a maze while constantly pointing out different paths. They'll never reach the end.
Okay, that makes sense. It's about creating that laser focus, keeping them on the path to conversion.
Exactly. You want to minimize distractions, whether it's limiting navigation options, using a single CTA focus, or even using directional design elements to guide the visitor's eye.
Directional design was such.
Think of it like visual cues, like arrows that subtly guide the visitor towards the call to action. You can also use white space strategically to create a clear path for the visitor to follow.
Okay, so it's like creating a visual roadmap that leads them to that aha moment where they click the button and convert.
Precisely.
This has been so helpful.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm already seeing landing pages in a whole new light, but we've covered so much ground, and I know there's still more to explore.
Absolutely. We've only just scratched the surface of landing page optimization.
Well, I'm ready to dive even deeper. We'll be back soon with part 2 of this deep dive, where we'll explore even more strategies for creating landing pages that convert. But until then,
Keep those conversions soaring.
welcome back. I'm still thinking about all those landing page elements we talked about in the first part.
Yeah.
Those headlines that hook you in, visuals that tell a story, the all-important call to action.
Absolutely.
But, I know there's more to it than that.
Right.
There's the actual words on the page.
Yes, the copywriting.
Okay. I'm ready to channel my inner copywriter.
Yeah.
Where do we even begin?
Well, the Fibr AI guide emphasizes a really important principle: focus on benefits, not features.
Okay, that sounds simple enough.
It sounds simple, but it's a game changer.
So instead of just listing what the product does, we need to explain how it makes the visitor's life better.
Exactly. People are looking for solutions to their problems, not just a list of technical specs. They want to know how your product or service is going to make their life easier, save them time, or help them achieve their goals.
Okay, I get that. Can you give me like a real-world example? Like, how do you translate a feature into a benefit?
Sure, let's say you're selling noise-canceling headphones.
Okay.
A feature might be active noise cancellation technology, but the benefit could be escape the distractions and find your focus with crystal clear audio no matter where you are.
Ah, I see. You're not talking about the tech itself. You're talking about the feeling that it gives you.
Precisely, it connects with the user's emotions and aspirations.
Okay, benefits over features. Got it.
All right.
What other copywriting secrets does this guide reveal?
Well, it talks about the power of strong verbs, using evocative language, and writing in a conversational tone.
Okay, so we want to avoid sounding like a boring textbook or like a corporate robot.
Exactly. You want to create a connection with the reader, make them feel like you understand their needs and that you're speaking directly to them.
I've definitely been to websites where the copy felt so stiff and formal, it almost made me want to click away.
I think we've all been there. It's like walking into a store and being greeted by a salesperson who's just reading from a script.
Yeah, not very inviting.
No, not at all.
So we want to be warm and welcoming and genuinely helpful in our copy.
Precisely, and remember the power of storytelling?
Ah.
We touched on this in part 1 when we talked about creating a narrative for your landing page.
Right.
Weaving in stories, even short anecdotes, can make your copy more relatable and memorable.
Right, it's like those commercials that tell a heartwarming story and then subtly connect it to their product.
Exactly. Storytelling helps create an emotional connection with the reader, which can be a powerful driver of conversions.
Okay, so our landing page copywriting checklist: benefits over features, strong verbs, evocative language, conversational tone, and a sprinkle of storytelling magic.
You got it.
I'm feeling inspired.
Good. And remember, crafting compelling copy is an iterative process test. different approaches, see what resonates with your audience, and continuously refine your message.
Right. It's all about experimenting and finding what works best.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've nailed the copywriting basics. What's the next step in our landing page optimization journey?
Now let's dive into the world of A/B testing.
Ooh, A/B testing. It sounds very scientific.
It sounds complicated, but it's actually quite simple.
Okay, give me the layman's explanation.
You create two versions of your landing page,
Yep.
each with a variation of a specific element you want to test, and then you see which one performs better.
So it's like a head-to-head competition between two landing pages to see which one converts better.
Exactly. You might test different headlines, images, calls to action, or even different layouts by tracking the results. You can pinpoint which elements are most effective at driving those conversions.
So it's not about relying on our gut feeling or what we think might work. It's about letting the numbers tell us what's actually working.
Precisely. A/B testing removes those assumptions and gives you concrete evidence to support your optimization decisions.
Okay, I'm sold, but how do we actually set up an A/B test?
Yeah.
It sounds kind of complicated.
It's actually more straightforward than you might think. The Fibr AI guide outlines a clear process. First, you need to decide what element you want to test. Is it your headline, your CTA, button, your image?
Right, we have a clear hypothesis. We're testing whether version A or version B of that element is more effective.
Exactly. Then you create two versions of your landing page, each featuring a different version of the element you're testing.
So if we're testing headlines, we have one landing page with headline A and another with headline B, and everything else on the page would be identical.
You got it. Next, you split your traffic evenly between the two versions. This ensures a fair comparison.
So have the visitors see version A and have see version B. It's like a controlled experiment.
Precisely. And then the most important part, you track the results. You analyze which version of your landing page gets more people clicking that buy now button, signing up for the free trial, or completing whatever your desired action may be.
So we're looking at the data, the cold hard numbers, to see which landing page reigns supreme.
Exactly. And once you have enough data to be statistically confident, you can declare a winner and implement that winning variation on your live landing page.
This is amazing. It's like having a secret weapon for optimizing landing pages. No more guessing games, just data-driven decisions.
It truly is a powerful tool, and the beauty of A/B testing is that it's an ongoing process. You can continuously test different elements, refine your landing pages, and constantly improve your results.
So it's not about finding that one perfect landing page and then calling it a day. It's about continuous improvement.
That's the spirit, and embrace that mindset, and you'll see incredible results.
Okay, I'm feeling inspired and ready to start A/B testing everything. But before we get carried away, are there any pitfalls to avoid, any tips to make sure we're doing it effectively?
You're asking all the right questions here. Are a few things to keep in mind as you embark on your A/B testing adventures. Test one element at a time.
Okay.
Don't get overzealous and try to test multiple elements simultaneously. You won't be able to isolate which changes are actually impacting your results.
Got it.
Be patient. Gathering enough data for statistically significant results takes time. Don't jump to conclusions based on a small sample size.
Okay, patience is a virtue.
It is focus on statistical significance. Make sure your results are statistically significant before declaring a winner. There are online tools that can help you with this. Don't let a fluke result lead you astray, and use a reliable testing tool. There are plenty of A/B testing tools out there like Google Optimize, Optimizely, and VWO. Choose one that fits your needs and budget. You don't need to break the bank to get started.
These are fantastic tips. I feel like I'm armed and ready to conquer the world of A/B testing.
Thanks, Solid.
But I know there's still more to this landing page optimization puzzle.
You're right. We've only just begun to explore the advanced strategies for creating landing pages that truly convert.
Well, hold on tight, listeners, because we're about to dive even deeper. Join us for part 3 of this deep dive, where we'll unlock even more secrets for landing page success. Okay, we're back for the final part of our landing page deep dive.
It's been quite a journey.
It has, and I'm excited to uncover even more strategies for creating landing pages that just, convert like crazy.
Absolutely.
We've learned about the essential elements, compelling copywriting, and the power of A/B testing. What else is there? Feels like we've covered everything.
Well, we've built a solid foundation, but now it's time to explore some advanced techniques that can really take your landing pages to the next level. Think of it like this. We've learned how to build a house. Now we're going to add those custom touches that make it a home.
Okay, I love that analogy. So what kind of custom touches are we talking about?
Let's start with personalization. We touched on this earlier, but it's so important that it deserves a deeper dive. Remember, a generic landing page rarely resonates with everyone. It's like trying to throw a party and playing the same music for everyone, regardless of their taste.
Right? Some people might love it, but others will be like, heading for the door.
Exactly. So how do we make our landing pages feel more like a personalized invitation?
Yeah.
The Fibr AI guide suggests segmenting your audience. Think about it. You wouldn't market a product the same way to a teenager and a senior citizen.
Right.
The same principle applies to your landing pages. You can segment your audience based on demographics, interests, behavior, or even where they are in their buying journey.
So instead of creating one landing page for everyone, we might create different landing pages for different customer profiles.
Exactly. You might have one landing page for first-time visitors who need more information, and another for returning customers who are ready to make a purchase. You could even tailor a landing page specifically for people who have abandoned their shopping carts.
It's like having a personal shopper who anticipates your needs and guides you to the perfect product.
Precisely. And to take personalization even further, you can use dynamic content that changes based on the visitor's profile or behavior.
Dynamic content, this sounds fancy.
It's really just about using technology to deliver tailored content that's relevant to each individual visitor. Think about those personalized recommendations you get on shopping websites as dynamic content in action.
Okay, it's about making each visitor feel like the landing page was created just for them.
Exactly.
So we've got personalization covered. What other advanced strategies should we be aware of?
Have you ever noticed how sometimes you visit a website and then see ads for that same website following you around the internet?
Oh yeah, it's like those ads have a sixth sense.
It's actually a very clever marketing technique that allows you to re-engage visitors who have shown interest in your product or service but haven't converted yet. It's like giving those potential customers a gentle nudge to remind them about what they might be missing.
So if someone visits our landing page but doesn't take action, we can use retargeting to kind of bring them back into the fold.
Exactly. You can strategically show them relevant ads on other websites they visit, keeping your brand top of mind and enticing them to revisit your landing page. It's a powerful way to recapture lost opportunities.
Okay, that's genius retargeting, definitely goes on my list of must-try strategies. What else is there?
We can't forget about speed and performance.
Right.
In the online world, every second counts. If your landing page takes too long to load, you risk losing potential customers.
I know, I've definitely been guilty of abandoning a website if it takes forever to load. It's like being stuck in traffic. You just want to get where you're going.
Exactly. Studies show that if a page takes longer than 3 seconds to load, more than half of visitors will abandon it.
3 seconds, that's barely enough time to blink.
It's not a lot of time, so how do we make sure our landing pages are loading lightning fast?
Yeah, how do we do that?
There are a few key things you can do. First, optimize your images. Make sure they're the right file size and format for web use. Think of it like packing for a trip. You wouldn't bring your entire wardrobe if you're only going for a weekend.
Right. No need to overload the page with those giant high-resolution images.
Exactly. You can also use a content delivery network or CDN to distribute your content across multiple servers around the world.
So it's like having multiple copies of your landing page strategically placed around the globe so it can load quickly for everyone no matter where they are.
You got it. Another trick is to minify your code, which essentially means removing unnecessary characters and spaces to reduce the file size. It's a bit like decluttering your closet. You're getting rid of anything that's taking up space without adding value.
Okay, so we've optimized our images, used a CDN, and decluttered our code. Anything else we should be doing to speed things up?
We can't forget about mobile optimization. We touched on this earlier, but it's worth emphasizing again, make sure your landing page is responsive, meaning it adapts seamlessly to different screen sizes.
Right. People are accessing the internet from all sorts of devices these days, and our landing pages need to be ready for anything. We want them to look amazing on a tiny phone screen and a giant desktop monitor.
Exactly. And don't forget about making your landing page easy to navigate on mobile. Keep the layout simple, use large touch-friendly buttons, and minimize scrolling.
Okay, so our landing pages are personalized, retargeted, optimized for speed, and mobile-friendly. Is there anything else we need to remember?
The most important thing to remember is that landing page optimization is a continuous journey. It's not a one-time task. What works today might not work tomorrow. Tastes change, technology evolves, and your audience's needs are constantly shifting.
So it's not about finding that one perfect landing page and then calling it a day. It's about embracing that process of testing, tweaking, and constantly improving.
Exactly. Use A/B testing to experiment with different elements, track your results, and continually refine your landing pages to maximize those conversions, and never be afraid to try new things.
This has been such an incredible deep dive. I feel like I've gained a whole new level of understanding about landing pages. I'm ready to go out there and create landing pages that convert like crazy.
That's what we like to hear. Remember, landing page optimization is a journey, not a destination. Embrace the process, keep learning, and never stop testing.
And a huge thank you to our amazing listeners for joining us on this deep dive into the world of landing pages. We hope you found it valuable and insightful.
Until next time, keep diving deep and keep those conversions soaring.
Thanks for tuning in. That's it for this episode of Mind Your Conversions, brought to you by Fibr. I hope you are leaving with fresh ideas and strategies to take your marketing and your conversions to the next level. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave us a review. Thanks for listening. Until then, take care, and we'll see you next time.